My name is Akeem Reed, and I know a lot of you guys, you've seen slingshots in the past. You see them going around, and you just want to get started in this business. You know this business is right for you, but you don't know where to start. So you're in the right place. I'm here to assure you. You're learning from someone who has over 9 locations. I own Slingshot in Atlanta, which is one location here in Atlanta, but I have 9 different locations, and I've created one of the largest slingshot rental networks in the country. Okay, which is USA Slingshot Rental. And I've done this business in different markets just so I could make sure my business model actually worked, right? And till now, it has, right? And it's still working, it's still performing, I'm still expanding. And this business has really changed my life, and I'm sure it can change yours too. Now, I know starting a business is really hard and it's really a lot of work. And I want to tell you, if you failed in the past, it's not your fault. In fact, I failed more times than a lot of people have ever tried. All right. So you're looking for someone who's failed, 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 failed. And this business has worked for me and has worked for so many other people that I've trained and I've put on, like my friend Al here, who now owns Slingshot Rental in Buckhead, which is also in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, my friend Tony, right? My friend Tony is in Augusta. He created Slingshot Rental Augusta, and they're doing really, really well. And so I know if this business worked for them, it worked for me in multiple locations. It can work for you as well. Okay. Now, a little bit of backstory about me. I actually started in the mall kiosk business, right? And in the mall kiosk business is little carts in the middle of the mall where you basically sell random hot things. My main business model was always something that was new, hot, exciting, right? Now, the problem happened when online business started to really boom. When people started shopping a lot online and Alibaba came out and people they got really popular, those hot products now were accessible to so many people across online platforms, and it really made the brick and mortar style mall kiosk business. It really put it to rest, right? Now, so I switched my mall kiosk concept to service based businesses where I could provide services, and that's been doing really well for me. That's how I ended up opening beauty salons and Glam Geeks Beauty Bar and inside different malls because that service based business really stood out versus the regular brick and mortar hot product one concept style of business. And what it made me realize is that online is a huge factor when it comes to your business. So immediately I got into things that were more online app based, and I started an Airbnb account as well as eBay. I actually decided, hey, I took the theory if you can't beat them, join them, right? So I ended up being a power seller on eBay, and eBay was doing really, really well for me. I ended up being a power seller, getting a power seller account within like the first 3 months, and I was selling random different products. Like I did this whole Gary V thing where I just sold garage store stuff, garage sale stuff, and flipped it on eBay. Well, I started shifting my products when I got more into my e-com avenue of online. And what ended up happening was I switched my product. This was around March of 2020. I ended up switching my products to just face masks. That was my number one product. The pandemic was really on the rise, and I just noticed a huge supply demand of face masks. So I started selling face masks. I was doing really, really good for a few months, and I was really bumping up my inventory costs, and I'm scaling my business. Right, I was at the time it started off being like a 3 figure business, then it bumped up to a 4 figure business. By this time, I had a 5 figure business on eBay. I really thought I was gonna be the next eBay millionaire, but that ended up not happening because eBay got a lot of backlash from the media, and they ended up changing their policies about medical supply stuff during the time because it was a huge shortage and things like that. Well, I fell in that category of people getting really hit with the hammer about price gouging. Now, I wasn't price gouging. I was selling face masks. I had so many. It was hard to scale a business at the time because you had so many shipping delays and things from China not coming over, and it was really hard for an entrepreneur to scale a business during the pandemic. But I did, and basically I feel like I got punished for it, right? eBay ended up kicking me off the platform. eBay and Etsy ended up kicking me off the platform overnight. They said that I was price gouging on face masks. I was selling face masks for $9, right? I wasn't price gouging. Pharmaceutical companies that sell medicine for 10,000% markup. That's price gouging. Well, no one complains about that, but that's a whole nother topic here. But they said I was price gouging and basically shut down my whole account. And I lost a tremendous amount of money in the process. Now, at the time, the rest of my businesses were also shut down. My mall, beauty salons were shut down due to the mandatory shutdown that happened across the country. And so I went from three sources of income to zero at this point. And I had zero income coming in. It was a pandemic. I didn't know what else to do. I was confused. I was lost. I was mixed with depression and just massive amounts of anxiety. A lot of you felt that before being an entrepreneur, where something just doesn't go right, and it just seems like the world is just crumbling down. Everything was all good just a week ago, right? That was a story for me. And I ended up calling a good friend of mine who was also an entrepreneur that can really understand what I was coming from. And I really called him to pick his brain on any new ideas that he had, because I know he's just like me. He starts new stuff all the time. So I called him to see if he heard anything new. He mentioned to me face Slingshot. That's what he mentioned to me. And I thought, hey, I'll check it out. I have nothing to lose at this point. And so that's how I ended up getting into hearing about and learning and researching about the slingshot rental business. And I'm going to share that with you today. The reason I actually started this business. Now, if you failed many times like me in the past, like I said before, I just want you to know it's not your fault. This is for you if you desire to make money without sacrificing all your time. Also, if you want the financial freedom to take care of your family and you want a business that you own and control 100%, and I'm here to let you know you're only one business away. Now, the goal for this web class is to help people who want to create their own platform and dominate their markets, and really, foremost, open up doors for larger investments. And this not only worked for me. Um, Slingshot Rental Atlanta has two locations in Atlanta, and I also have a total of 9 locations across the country. And it's also worked for mentees of mine, Al and Tony, who Al's opened up in Slingshot Rental Buckhead, our Buckhead location. Al owns and operates that, and he started a few months ago. In 2021 during the summer months, and he's been really really successful at it. And so is Al. Started in Plano, Texas, with Big Al's Slingshot Rentals. Al is doing really, really phenomenal out in Texas. He's doing a lot of major things. And I've opened up other locations in smaller markets, and I'll get to that in a minute, about how many times I've actually tried this business in different markets just to make sure this business model worked, and it did. And that gave me the confidence to be able to share this with you, to know and be 100% certain that it can work for you as well. So before, I just want you guys to know, you guys have probably seen a lot of videos on YouTube with different educational platforms where people are pitching you on something that necessarily might not be for you. I'm here to tell you, I've done this multiple times. I've duplicated this process in different markets, different areas, and it's worked. And I'm sure no matter what market you're in, as long as there's people there, this can work for you as well. I'm going to tell you, just as an entrepreneur at the time, I was really depressed. I was hurt, and I didn't really have a lot of money left, all right, to invest. A lot of my capital was lost in my face mask business on eBay. I just sent the order to China that cost me around $50,000, and by the time the mask actually got here, I didn't have a business or platform to sell them on. And when my friend told me about the slingshot rental business, I started fact checking things about the business and reasons why, what could go wrong, and the risk, mainly the risk versus the reward. All right, so that's what I really paid attention to. I knew if I took another loss like I did previously, I would end up being back homeless again, and I couldn't afford that for me or my family. So one of the main things that really stuck out to me, is the depreciation, right? I looked at the depreciation of the slingshots. So I did some price checking. I looked at how much they cost brand new. I looked at what they were selling for, and I really noticed that slingshots didn't lose value. It was really less than 10% of the total cost. It was more like 1%, right? When I looked at slingshots, I noticed they were sold for around 26,000. I even noticed that even a year later, after they were used, they were still selling for like 26,000. So when I thought about the business, I said, well, Keem, if this doesn't work out, I can always just sell the slingshot and get all my money back, right? Because the slingshot is the major investment of the business. It's really 95% of the cost. So when I saw that, I said, hey, well, I can't really lose, purchasing a slingshot. I can always sell it and get my money back. Now, I also looked at the return of that investment, right? And I looked at the reward aspect of it. Well, what else can I invest $25,000 in that would give me this type of return? So now I'm gonna break down a little bit of the pricing structure so you guys can really hear me out on this and see exactly where I'm coming from. So a slingshot rents in most markets anywhere between $250 to $500 a day. So I'm gonna put it in the middle here on that. Okay. Here in Atlanta, I rent slingshots from 325 to 375 a day. At the time, I didn't know exactly how much I was gonna rent it for, but I put $300 a day, right? Say for instance, you find a brand new Corvette. Brand new Corvette costs around $80,000 and rents for $600 a day, right? So we can do the math on that. I want you guys to pull out your calculators because I want you to do this with me. Some of you are really good at math and you can add this up in your heads really, really quick. All right. But if a brand new Corvette costs $80,000 and I rent it for $600 a day, right? Say 30 days. Say I rent it out for every day. That's $1,800. 600 a day times 30 days. That's $18,000, right? Well, I can buy 3 slingshots at 25,000, which is the same price as a new Corvette costs, and rent those 3 slingshots for $300 a day, right? If I rent all 3 of them, that's $900 a day, and I rent those for 30 days. That would give me $27,000. So I said, okay. And at the time, I never saw any other vehicle that cost $25,000 that had the potential to rent for that type of rental rate. So I thought about it and I said, well, let me take a look at my Airbnb business, right? I had an Airbnb, which was a great Airbnb. It was at the next to the Brave Stadium, over there at the Battery, right? That apartment cost me $1,500 a month. So in 12 months, I was spending $18,000, right? Plus, you have ongoing utility costs. You have internet, you have lights, you have different things. I can't think of everything, but say, put it all together. Those extra costs, those utility costs, cost you $300 a month. So you're gonna times that times 12 months. That's $3,600 plus $18,000. It costs for rent. That's $21,600. Now that particular apartment typically rents for $125 a day. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, right? But let's say average $125 a day at 30 days. That's $3,750 I get per month, right? And that's grossing. Well, you tell those same numbers on a slingshot, which Airbnb costs you around 22,000. Okay, same 2-bedroom, basic Airbnb cost you 22,000, and we didn't even factor in the money it takes to actually furnish the apartment, right? So you can add another $6,000 on top of that. So say that one Airbnb over the term of a year costs you $26,000, right? That only nets or grosses $3,700 a month versus a slingshot costs the same $25,000, right? You rent for $300 a day, 30 days out the month. That's $9,000 is grossing. So when I looked at the slingshot ROI versus anything else I ever experienced on the market, the reward blew it out the water. And that was the bottom line for me. So I said, I'm factoring the risk. If uh, the business doesn't go as planned, I can always sell the slingshot, get my money back. The business does go as planned, I have a real gem on my hands, right? So I looked at, well, why do people rent slingshots? What's the point of renting slingshots? If you guys have ever had renters before, you guys are really gonna feel me on this. I hate renters, right? I absolutely hate renters. Renters tear your stuff up. They don't have any regard or respect for your property, and sometimes they're big headaches to deal with. I realized that the slingshot wasn't a thing that people really rent for any source of utility. What I mean by that is people don't really need to rent a slingshot. They don't rent it to go travel out of state or go use it for work or things that you would normally use a car for if you were to rent a car, right? They're not going really long distances in a slingshot. They're really they're really using the slingshot just for a source of entertainment. They just want to go here or there or here, just really stay in the city or stay within a certain mile radius, a certain vicinity away. So they're not really using your unit like it's actually. They don't feel like it's actually theirs. They treat it like it's an actual rental, right? So people, I noticed that people in the slingshot, my renters in slingshots, they have way more respect for the vehicle because they don't plan on keeping it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, and plan on going to out of state and traveling really far places with the slingshot. So I don't have to deal with them uh, in that regard. And I realized that first and foremost, people want a source of entertainment, especially during the pandemic, where they want to have fun all while social distancing. You guys get that? They want to have fun all while social distancing. They want to just spend time being outside, family and friends, and not having to worry about getting sick. A lot of you are like that. I'm even like that. I don't like being in. I still haven't gone to a club this whole year because I don't want to be out and about or with so many different people and actually being sick, getting sick. And I said, well, that's great for the pandemic, right? That's great and happening while there's a pandemic. It's pandemic proof. It's actually the pandemic actually helps the slingshot rental business, right? Because people are looking for other things to do. Now, I also thought about, well, Keem, what about if I do another e-com store, right? Because I'm sure entrepreneur. I've done e-com stores. The problem with e-com stores, if it didn't work out, I would be stuck with huge amounts of inventory and products that I can probably never sell again. Right? A friend of mine, he was gonna sell Christmas trees last year during the holidays. Well, his the shipment delays ended up being so extensive, he didn't get his Christmas trees till the next year, till this year. That was last year, 2020. He didn't get his Christmas trees till 2021. The season was over, right? My poor friend, he has over $50,000. I don't forget how much he paid. It was a lot of money. That's all I know. He has a lot of money stuck in Christmas trees that he pretty much has to sit on until this coming season, where he can actually sell his Christmas trees. And I knew I couldn't afford another e-com store where if it didn't work out, I get stuck. I mean, a lot of you have e-com stores. You probably have inventory from years ago sitting in your garage somewhere just taking up space. And all that inventory at the end of the day costs you money. I knew I couldn't be in that another position like that. Um, so when I saw that the slingshot rental business had absolutely no product cost, just the inventory of the slingshot, which I know didn't depreciate and I could sell if anything went wrong, it made me feel more comfortable about it. And that's where my mindset was. Now I also knew when I created this business that the rest of my businesses were gonna eventually open back up. I didn't want a business that was going to suck up too much of my time, and especially the amount of time it takes building a brand new business. I just hated the thought of something sucking my time away. And I see so many entrepreneurs making this mistake of creating a business that does nothing but suck their time away. The slingshot rental business doesn't do that, and it hasn't done that even with my nine locations. It doesn't do that for me now, and it didn't do that for me then. So I took these 5 things into account, and I said, you know what? This is a good business for me. I think this business is solid. I don't see anything that could really go wrong. If something does go wrong, at least I'm not going to lose a whole bunch of money. So I decided to actually start the business. Now, many of you may ask, what is a slingshot? If you've seen some of my previous YouTube videos in the past, and why I believe this business is the best thing since sliced bread, you probably heard this before. Well, but for the people who haven't, I'm gonna break it down. What is a slingshot and why this slingshot rental business has seen such a huge demand within the last year, and why if you get started now, you're not too late, and you can really dominate your markets with this business. Okay, you guys ready? So a slingshot is considered an auto cycle, which means you don't have to have a motorcycle license in order to drive it in most states. So all you need is a regular driver's license, and you're pretty much good to go. That's all you need. Okay. Now the main key here is that Polaris introduced the slingshot available in automatic for the first time in mid 2020, right? Which in turn it grabbed the attention of a lot of people who have never been able to experience this cool new motorcycle. Now, what I mean by that is all prior to 2020, every slingshot that was ever made was a manual drive, 5-speed transmission slingshot, which a lot of people don't know how to drive manual transmission vehicles. Okay. So when they created the automatic, it set the standard, and it really I call it reinvented the wheel, right? It just reinvented, just like the rebirth of an old, uh, under desired business, right? No one really wanted to drive slingshots back then because they couldn't know how to drive them. They didn't know how to drive them. They thought they were cool, but when they found out they couldn't drive it, kind of took it out of their minds to even try to drive one or buy one and rent one, right? So when the new automatic slingshot came out, it just sent people into overrush mode. People that wanted to be out the house anyway, that saw these new cool vehicles, they knew they could drive them, and it just increased the demand, right? And the key here is a lot of older slingshot rental operators couldn't update their fleets in time. Well, all of you probably know at this point, there's a huge supply shortage of a lot of things, and slingshots were really one of them. All right, and these older operators all had these 5-speed manual drive vehicles, and they weren't getting that much business to start with. So for them to just trade in their vehicles and update their fleets, a lot of them didn't have the financial backing to actually do that at the time. And with the supply shortage, even if they had the money, they couldn't find the units to really be that big slingshot rental giant and really completely dominate the markets. So what it leaves is it leaves a market demand that's completely underserved, right? So you can really start this business right now, even though someone who's already been doing the business is there, but they haven't updated their fleets. Maybe they had 10 units, maybe 4 of them are automatics. As time went on, they probably upgraded from there, but they don't have a really huge supply of automatic vehicles. So this creates a tremendous opportunity for people like me and people like you get into this business from the ground floor without a huge supply of capital, and get in and actually dominate and create a scalable business that you can really scale to the moon. Okay, so I just want you guys to know you're not too late. All right, unlike 99% of the stuff you're gonna see hear ad about that people have already done a million times over and they're everywhere. This business, you're not too late on it. It's a great time. I'm so glad that you're here. You guys are listening. And are you ready to get started, right? Because right now I'm going to go into the 3 secrets I'm going to give you that no one's going to tell you about when it comes to starting this business, okay? Now, secret number 1 is I'm going to show you how to actually duplicate my same business model, right? I've done this business over 9 times in 9 different areas, and I've helped so many other people create this business. I'm going to show you my exact same business model so you guys can copy this, use it, and you guys get started in your areas. Secret number 2, I'm going to show you guys how to actually create your network to grow your network, right? And how to use your platform to grow your network and to create a monopoly of people wanting to work with you. Secret number 3, how to ethically drive traffic from all other car sharing platforms, right? A lot of misconceptions here is that there's people like Turo and other car sharing platforms that beat you out. I'm gonna tell you, it's not true in the slingshot rental space. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that ethically. Now, you can't use these these secrets for bad intentions. All right, I don't want you to go beating up anybody. All right. Promise me you don't do that. All right, just use them for good so you can make money. Okay. Secret number one, I'm gonna talk to you about how to actually use my business model. Okay. Now, some of the common disbeliefs are you need some special type of license. You don't need any dealer's license or any type of special license to get started and run and operate this business. Okay. You guys are gonna want to have your business bank account set up in your LLCs because this business is about scaling and eventually passing down for generations or even selling. Okay, so you guys are going to want to make sure you guys have the actual business paperwork in order, and that's just your LLC and your business bank account, so you guys can take payments and you guys can show a track record of your business. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you a famous Tony Robbins quote. I don't know if Tony Robbins actually invented the quote or he just said it, but I heard him say it, and it said, "Pioneers lead the way down the path and end up with arrows in their backs when the next group comes along." Okay, and what does that mean? That means you guys don't want to have to create your own model for success here. I've already done this. I've done it 9 times, and I've helped other people do it. You guys follow this to the T, and you guys are gonna pretty much have it down pat. Okay, without having to do anything extra to get it to make it happen. Okay, so the business strategy goes like this: you can buy a slingshot, you can lease a slingshot, or you can borrow a slingshot, right? Buy, lease, or borrow. I want you guys to take those 3 words, and I'm gonna tell you how what each of them means. Okay. You can purchase a slingshot and rent it out. You can lease a slingshot. Players actually has programs where you guys can lease slingshots, pay them on them every month, and then return them back when you're done at the end of the season. Okay. You guys can borrow slingshots. You guys don't necessarily have to purchase a slingshot. You can actually, and this is something I've done when I helped my operation in Dallas. I actually had someone reach out to me, tell me they had some slingshots and they want to rent them out. Normally, I would keep them here in Atlanta, but at the time we were full and we didn't need any more slingshots here. So what I ended up doing was I took her slingshot, and she had 2 of them. I took her slingshots and I actually shipped them out to Dallas and let our operator open up in Dallas, right? And I get a small commission from that. She gets money off her slingshot every month. The operator gets paid for handling the reservations, and I make money. Okay. Now, a lot of you may think I'm showing you how to just open up a slingshot rental business, and that's not true. I'm actually showing you how to create a platform to grow a network. Right, the slingshot rental business in itself is a business. Like Slingshot Rental Atlanta is my business, but my network is USA Slingshot Rental, where I'm nationwide, and I uh, make money off other people opening and renting out slingshots. Right, and I control that some type of way, and I make money from that. So that's what I want you guys to know. Now, a lot of people may think, "Hey, King, what about my location?" Okay, my location. Do you rent slingshots during the winter months? I'm here to tell you, no, not here in Atlanta. I don't rent slingshots during the winter. After around October, my season is over, right? And I was able to make this season, and this is my gross numbers. These aren't my net numbers, but my gross numbers just from Slingshot Rental Atlanta, I made over $250,000 this season, and that's a 6 month, 7 month season. It's from March till around mid October when the weather starts to break. All right. And I want to tell you guys that because you guys don't have to worry about being in a place that's further south, like Florida or anywhere like that. You guys can have a seasonal business that does really well. All right, it makes a lot of money, and you guys can focus on bigger and better things and other things when the off season happens. All right, you guys are gonna sometimes some of you are gonna need that break. Me personally, I need that break. When the wintertime comes, I could focus on other things. Last year, I got really into studying crypto and stuff like that, and not having to actually worry about running a business that's so in demand during the season. Kind of gives me that break to focus on other things, focus on spending time with family and things that you really make money to do, right? Just enjoy life. All right, so I want to let you guys know, don't get hung up on your location. Okay. So this is how the basic strategy works, right? You get these units, right? No matter how you get the units, and you rent them out to other people, and you make a profit. Okay, that's the business model of the slingshot rental business. Uh, some of you may ask, Akeem, do I make money off insurance? No, you don't make money off the insurance. You don't. That's a misconception. You legally can't sell insurance. You can tack on insurance costs and extra fees as extra fees, right? You guys can charge a networking fee or a document fee. You guys can do that in your business to offset some of those insurance costs. All right. Now, secret number two: uh, how to use your platform to grow your network without using Turo. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm showing you guys how to grow a network, and it's about leverage, right? For instance, some owners actually, I have some of their units here in Atlanta, and I actually get their units and I rent it out for them, right? Because you guys want to make sure you do this way. You guys don't want someone that probably only likes riding on a Sunday or Saturday or wants to use their slingshot just random days out the week. You guys don't want to have to deal with that. And you guys want to let these people know. And I call this my OPP strategy, right? You guys want to let people know that, hey, I'm going to need your slingshot. You're going to make money from it. And I'm going to need it for these 6 months. Okay. Now, if it's a reason, for any reason that you want it, please let me know at least a month in advance so I can make sure you have it. Okay. And if it's a situation where you just call me and it's available and I don't have to go out my way to get it to you, you can do that. But please make sure you allow me 6 months with your unit, right? Guys don't want to have people just randomly, hey, I want my slingshot today to go, joyriding with my son. That's not people you want to deal with. You want to deal with people that actually want to make money with their unit, that necessarily don't want to do the work that you're going to do. That's it. And that's how you grow your network. And a lot of you are in places where you're a little hesitant about your location. And if you're further up north, you know that the weather is, you guys don't have great weather. So, other places, you have family or family members or people that you can trust down south. And this will work great for them if you put them in position. And you guys can actually create this network and put them in position to make money and them do all the work, right? And you just get paid for it. Sort of like Turo, right? So you guys can actually create this network, well, wherever you want. You could scale this thing nationwide, like I'm doing. You could scale this thing, put operators, find slingshots, put operators, match operators up with the slingshots. Do the rest of these strategies, like I'm gonna show you in secret number 3, how to drive traffic. Drive traffic to your platform, and let your operators control the market, control the operations of the day to day, and actually rent out the units. And they make money. The person you got the slingshot from makes money, or if you bought the slingshot and you make money, right? That's the total gem when it comes to growing your platform and using other people and using different slingshots. Like with my network, I use other people and I use other people's property, right? So if somebody wants to open a slingshot rental network, and I don't do this now per se because I started teaching it, and I felt better teaching it than I would just doing franchises or things like that. But it's like a franchise model, right? Say, and I'm just saying names here. Say Jenny in Philly, right? Jenny in Philly says, "Hey, I don't want to do it in Philly. I want to do it. I have some family out in Florida, right?" Jenny in Philly creates the business to be ran in Florida, right? Drives traffic to Florida. Calls her cousin John in Florida. Says, "Hey, John, I'm gonna get you this unit. I'm gonna show you this business. You're gonna make money. You don't have to do anything but rent the slingshots out." Jenny, you created this operation for John, and now John's able to make some money, put some money in his pocket at the end of the day, and you're putting money in your pocket, and you don't have to do anything. And that's how you're able to grow your network in these different locations that I have. Necessarily, I don't work at all of them, right? I have other people work at them, of course, and some of those units I control, some of them I don't. Some of the operators made enough money to buy their own units, and I still get a commission from that because I still drive traffic and I still do what I need to do on my part to make sure they're making money and make sure they're happy, right? And you guys can do the same exact thing. And when you do that, that's how you create your network. Now, secret number 2, how to use your platform to grow your network. Well, you don't have to have any expensive apps, right? You don't need any web design. You don't need to be a webmaster. You don't need to hire a coder. You don't need to be a marketing expert. And you don't really have to be a networking social light type of person. Me personally, I'm not. I'm really kind of shy to be completely honest with you. I'm really an introvert. My thing is sitting behind a computer and learning stuff. I'm just a little geek and nerd like that, right? And I was able to do this just really off of people coming to me, right? That's how I end up creating the courses. I end up telling people about it because I have to share this information so many times. Or I would just figured, hey, I'll reach the masses and I'll let everyone know. Um, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the truth is, you don't even have to have any experience in the car rental space or in the car rental industry at all, right? You don't even have to have experience with cars, okay? In fact, I didn't even know how to lift up a hood on a slingshot until about 6 months after I had one. So, letting you guys know you guys don't need any experience with this. I had some experience with cars, of course. I'm a guy and I like cars, so but you don't need any experience. Like none of that, nothing I ever learned about cars in general to fix them or maintenance them or anything like that. None of that stuff I ever used in this business, right? Um, and the great thing about it is this simple system I have for you does all the hard work for you, and you guys can simply if you guys know how to post on Facebook, you can use this system. That's how easy it is. It's nothing too complicated at all. And you guys can use this network without spending $1,000 on marketing and research. You guys don't have to have huge budgets to create this. In fact, originally we were doing franchises for people that wanted to get into the business. We just turned them into a franchise. And eventually we just realized, you know what, we can't reach as many people, the masses like we want to. And I convinced my partner, hey, I think we just teach people how to do it. And finally, after long deliberation, we finally agreed that we were going to teach people how to do it. So that's what I'm doing now. All right. So a friend of mine, Nard, right, was a mentee at the time. We were launching the franchises, and Nard said, Kim, I want to be a franchise. And we were actually transitioning to doing the online webinars and courses. And I told Nard before he actually did the webinar, he said, Kim, just know I don't want to have to learn all this stuff. It's hard. Just let me just be a franchise and let me just pay you royalties and let me just pay you and all this thousands of dollars to set me up. I said, Nard, you know, I'll be doing you a huge disservice if I did that. I mean, I love money. I like your money, but I don't want your money. Okay. You can do this. You don't have to have any experience. Nard, he was in the trucking. He's still in the trucking, and he just wanted another source of income that he could do. He was enthused by it. He liked slingshots, and Nard actually took the webinar. He mastered the course, and he followed the instructions. And Nard is doing phenomenal things out in Savannah, Georgia. And Nard, I'll see you at the top if you're watching this webinar if you're in here now. Nard took the strategy and it's really, really simple. Okay. And he actually called me later on. He's like, Keem, thank you so much. It really was that easy. Right. And I'm telling you guys, it really is that easy. All right. Now, some of you say, Keem, I'm already on Turo. That's completely fine. If you're already on Turo, you already use car sharing platforms. This system works to where you can actually take the cars off Turo, put them on your own platform, and you can if you guys use the marketing strategy, the traffic secret strategy that I give you in secret number 3, you guys are going to be able to see the difference in revenue that you're going to get on your own platform or with using Turo. Okay, and you guys can actually transition all those automobiles or vehicles that you have from Turo or Outdoorsy or any other type of rental operation that you have onto this platform without paying any commissions. Okay. Keem, I don't have employees. Well, the great thing about this business is you can actually create this business without using employees and still automate the process. All right, it's all about automation. The automation helps not take your time. So many times I see slingshot rentals operators. One time in Miami, a guy was holding up a sign on South Beach saying he rents slingshots. I'm telling you, guys don't want to be that guy. Do not be that guy. You don't have to have any employees, but you are going to need to have. I'm going to share with you in secret number 3 when we get to the marketing section. Okay. Keem, I don't have a slingshot. Okay, cool. I explained that. You guys don't have to have a slingshot. I use my OPP strategy to find these people that have slingshots. And I'm going to tell you the secret with that, right? A lot of people buy slingshots out of just the hype. Okay, believe it or not, people buy slingshots just off the hype. Now, some of you have rented a slingshot before, some of you haven't. I'm telling you, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I just gotta tell you the truth. It's not that fun once you've driven it so many times, okay? Especially in the middle of the summer when it's 98 degrees outside. I mean, the thing is hot, okay? It's really, really hot. And when you first get into it, it's really, really fun. Then you realize, you gotta really dress for the occasion and you gotta be willing to come out with a major, major tan and sunburn at any given day during the summer, right? So a lot of people they buy the slingshot off a hype. They realize, you know what, I need to do something with this thing. It's either the wife makes them have to sell it, or they're like, I'll get it up out of the garage, do something with it, just so I use something to cover my costs, right? A lot of people pay for them and they finance them, and they want something to cover the cost, and they'll actually just let you borrow it, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Now, a common misconception is you guys use your own insurance, right? You guys do not make that mistake of using your own insurance. You guys have to have commercial insurance, and I'll cover that in a minute here too. Okay. The truth of the matter is, you need to have an online presence with this business. You need to have a website to make money while you sleep, and a back end office manager, customer relations manager to keep track of your customers, keep track of your units, and the ability to leverage other people's property, right? And other people to do the work. So that's the key in being a Slink CEO, and it's really that easy. All right, if you do that, you know that, you follow that, you guys are going to be really, really successful, and you guys aren't going to be taking all your hair off your head, being stressed out about this business. Okay, got it? Okay, good. All right, secret number three. I'm show you guys how to ethically drive traffic from all other car sharing platforms to completely dominate your market and make a ton of money. Okay, um, everyone's main thing with doing their own thing is really marketing. A lot of people don't understand marketing, and really marketing is the easiest thing, right? There's already a demand for your customer. Your customer already wants it, but sometimes in starting any business, you ask someone, what kind of business do you want to start? They say, this blah blah blah. I want to start this business. You ask them, who's your target customer, and they say everybody. That's the number one wrong answer, right? You have to identify your dream customer. I'm gonna tell you who your dream customer is gonna be. You ready? Your dream customer is gonna be between the ages of 30 and 50, right? 30 and 50. And your dream customer is hanging out online. That's where your dream customer is, right? Now, 80% of my marketing is actually done online, right? You'll never see me out anywhere promoting slingshots. I just don't do that, right? I barely promote slingshots on my Instagram page, right? I do it to show you guys can make money from it, but my actual business, I don't go and I'm not a walking billboard for it, right? Because I know how to market and I know how to drive these customers in, and I don't have to, right? I'm a walking billboard. My business is a walking billboard, but I'm not, right? I don't go around walking around with t-shirts, slingshot shirts, because you don't have to. And a lot of people I've seen them making this mistake because they have no idea what they're doing, and that's great for you, right? Because unless they know this blueprint, unless they know watch this webinar, they have no idea what to do, and you guys are going to completely dominate them. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you some examples here, right? So we're gonna go back to Renard and Savannah, Exotic Motorsports, right? We realized most of the customers were tourists. So what we ended up doing, we realized they were there for. There's only a few places to hang out in Savannah. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Savannah, Georgia, but there's only a few places to hang out. So we identified these places where most of the tourists hang out, most of the people that come into town hang out, and we just put the slingshot in front of them. With just that simple tip alone, we saw a huge increase overnight with business. Different markets is different things, right? Say for instance, in Myrtle Beach, my friend Vlad in Myrtle Beach, he was having a problem. He said he wasn't getting enough business. He was doing good, but he just wasn't doing really great, right? So in Miami, I noticed that slingshots were pretty much everywhere. So I said, Vlad, we're in Myrtle Beach, and if some of you familiar with Myrtle Beach, it's basically a strip, right? You go on Ocean Drive, Ocean Highway, and it's basically a strip where all the hotels are. I said, there's no reason why your slingshots aren't sitting on a strip somewhere with a rent me sign and a phone number or a website for them to book. So we test marketed the strategy. We put the slingshots on the strip. We put the signs on them. We actually didn't put signs on them. We just wrapped the slingshot with the slingshot rental logo. Wrapped the slingshot with the slingshot rental logo. Put the website. Put the phone number. Within 20 minutes of us parking the first slingshot, we got a booking, right? And when that happened, it completely changed his business, and now he doesn't even keep the same location that he once had. He just parks them on the strip, and people rent them all day long. It's about identifying your dream customer and figuring out where they hang out and how to get in touch with them. Right now, some of these things you're gonna have to work for. Some of these things you can buy. Some of these things you can get for free as long as you know where to go. Right, with the stores or the hotels, for instance, we call that affiliate marketing. Right, we're using the stores that are already attracting our dream customer to actually advertise for us. Our dream customer is already in the hotels. If you're in a tourist destination, right? People travel everywhere. If you're around where the tourists are, where people are coming into town, events, um, if you work with the hotel, say, hey, I just want to park it right here. Um, I'll give you guys a commission every time someone books. A lot of times they say yes. Okay. Same thing with stores. All right. You guys have gift shops. Guys can do the same exact strategy. Put it somewhere where you know people are gonna have to pass by. Your dream customer is gonna be, right? They're gonna see it, and when they see it, of course, they're gonna rent it. Everyone wants to try this. That's the thing. The slingshot rental is business, not a hard sell. People want to do it. They just want to know. Some people don't. 50% of the markets doesn't even know they can actually rent these things, right? And you guys are getting in. You guys are on this webinar. You guys are getting this information really, really early, right? I just wanted to keep that in your mind. You guys are really getting this information early, and once you do that, you're gonna see a huge increase in traffic. Now that's 20% of my marketing is actually physical marketing. 80% of my marketing is always done online, right? There's so many different social media channels that you can use, right? I have actually a list of over 20 different social media networks that I use in my business. And I'm not saying you guys have to use all 20, but what I will tell you in this webinar, since you guys are still watching, and I want to make sure this is worth it for you, the number one search engine you're going to use is Google. Okay, when someone's looking up a business, the first thing they're gonna do is gonna get on Google Maps and look up slingshot rentals near me. Okay, if you guys can pop up number one in that search engine result, you guys are gonna make money, right? I'm telling you that alone. You guys are gonna make money off that alone. You guys gotta make sure you're on Google. Make sure you're popping up. Now, with Google, with having an online presence, you guys are gonna make sure you're SEO, right? Some of you know what that means. Some of you don't. That means you're really ranking high in the search engines, right? And I'll show you guys how to do that too. Um, Now, and another misconception, some of you, I understand Slingshot is brand new, don't know where to purchase. You get a Slingshot from any power sports dealer, okay? Um, so any power sports dealer that sells uh, um, jet skis, four wheelers, dirt bikes, that's where you guys can get a Slingshot from, okay? But I'm telling you, so secret number one is the actual strategy, okay? Secret number two is how to network the business, how to create a network. Secret number three is how to drive traffic. I'm telling you, if you guys get these three secrets, you guys understand these three secrets, you guys are gonna be successful. All right, you guys are gonna shoot this thing to the moon, and I can't wait till you do it. Send me a message on Instagram. Let me know that you have it done. Okay. Now, a common misconception. I'm gonna get to some questions and answers here in a minute. A common misconception is expensive maintenance cost. What's the maintenance cost? Okay, so the maintenance cost is really, really minimum. Okay. Now, number one thing I want to make sure you guys do and is purchase slingshots brand new with warranties. Okay, brand new slingshots. Don't get anything less than a brand new slingshot. You want to make sure you get an automatic slingshot. Okay, so the warranty is going to be a 2-year unlimited amount warranty. So you guys can rent the holy crap out of this thing. And if anything goes wrong with it, you guys can take it back to the dealership and get it fixed for free. Okay. Now with the maintenance costs, you guys are gonna need scheduled maintenance every 5,000 miles. The original maintenance is 500 miles. After that, it's 5,000 miles. Every 5,000 miles, you're gonna need a maintenance job. Maintenance jobs cost you around $400. Okay. So you guys looking about 1,200, somewhere around there, a year, just depending on how often you're in. You guys are racking up 5,000 miles pretty quick. You guys can need more, but typically 3 to 4 maintenance jobs a year. Okay, 1,600 bucks, something like that. King, what about the winter? Like I said, if you're in a seasonal business, I shut down completely in the winter. Now, like I said, I've created a network, and you guys are going to create your networks too. And then you guys are going to create your networks to actually be able to send slingshots to better locations when you guys start slowing down because of the season, right? Pricing. Well, that's really good. That's a great question. What about pricing? Slingshots you can rent out different ways, and here's the strategy behind that. Okay, you can rent slingshots out by the hour, right? Or you can rent them out by the day. And this is how you really maximize your profit potential with slingshots, and why the slingshot rental business is the best business over anything else, right? Because you can stretch a slingshot rental out by the hour, where you're charging $75 to $100 an hour, right? $75 is an easy entry level to someone that wants to experience it. Just cough up $75. It's just a really good offer, right? What ends up happening, a lot of you guys are in different places, a lot of you guys are more congested places. For instance, Myrtle Beach, we do 2 hour rental or 1 hour rental. It starts with 1 hour rental, and people do that, right? Then they end up extending it to a 2 hour rental. Then sometimes they be like, oh, well, I did 2 hours already. How much is it to keep it for the whole day? Well, you've already done it for 2 hours, but give me an extra $300. You can keep it for the whole day, right? They end up keeping it for the whole day, so we didn't stretch $550 for a 24-hour rental, right? Versus just $300 for a 24-hour rental, or $75 for a 1 hour rental. You guys hear what I'm saying? Did I break that down clear enough? Sometimes I talk really quick. But say, for instance, in Atlanta, right, I do a 3 hour rental, and they have to rent the slingshot before 12 p.m., right? So if they pick the slingshot up at 11 a.m., they can go and they have to bring it back by 2, right? Because they only have a 3 hour rental. I'll charge them $175 to do that. And then I'll knock out another 24-hour rental right after that, right? So I have somebody pick up the 24-hour rental at 3 and bring it back the next day at 3. So I have $175 plus my $325 or $350 reservation for 24 hours. So I made $500 per unit for that day. And you guys can increase that. You guys can lower that. You guys can charge just strictly by the hour. I've seen people charge just strictly by the hour. They don't even rent for 24 hours. They only rent for 12 hours. Just to give you an idea how much you can actually run a slingshot rental up. Okay, so yeah, you guys are gonna make sure when you guys have your website, you guys have your back end office, you guys are gonna make sure you're able to take deposits, and you have a dedicated support team constantly working with you. And I'm gonna go back where to start. Okay. You gotta have to start with the business. I see too many times people get started just buying a slingshot. If you already have a slingshot, that's one thing. But if you just going to find slingshots, listen, if it's cold right now and it's wintertime and it's fall and it's not in season, the best time to get started is now. All right. And you got to get started actually working on the business. Okay. That's the first place to start. Get started with the business, then think about the slingshot later. Now, the truth is, I'm going to show you how to book your calendars with more customers than you can imagine. So I don't have much time to cover everything in the 60 minutes. I created the system to show you to implement the strategy over the next 3 weeks, so I could share everything with you and a special package I created. So I created this program, and I get so many questions on a day-to-day basis from customers, from people that know me, people that follow me, people that have seen me advertise the business. I get random calls on a day-to-day basis. Hey, can you help me to create my own business? And honestly, before now, we did it as a franchise, right? And our franchisees had to pay $20,000 to actually get started, to go over the information, to actually break it down and help them. And I realized, Keem, I really want to help people get started, but it really takes a lot out of my time, out of my day, to really work hands-on, one-on-one with every single one. I got to fly out to their location, work with them, sit down, and all of this stuff. So in the 9 locations I've opened, I realized, you know what? I'm just going to put together a special digital course, and that can actually show people everything step by step, right? So they can get started. They can just call me if they have any questions or any problems, right? And I've test marketed the course and sent it out to franchisees, and they got it, right? That eliminated me having to actually fly away and actually sit down with them and help them, right? And it's taken me months to put this project together, and I'm so excited to introduce it to you. And it goes over so much. It's so detailed. It's actually taken me over a year to put this together, right? And that's so much time and energy. When new things came out, I constantly updated it. I changed things just so you can have the most up to date information at all times. It's a digital download. You get the digital download immediately. And what's going to be in the digital download? Well, to get you started, I'll show you how to select the right vehicles for your fleet, right? I even show you how to negotiate those vehicles with the dealerships, right? I have a network of dealerships that I've used. I mean, this year alone, I think I've purchased over 20 Slingshots. I put together this package, and I have a group of dealers that's willing to work with me, so you guys can get the best deals possible on Slingshots, right? Another thing I cover was a big question is the commercial insurance. All right, there's only a few commercial insurance providers that cover Slingshots, and I actually break down each of their policies with you, go over the criteria so you exactly know. And some of these applications are like 5 pages long, and I actually sit down with you on this online course, and I actually show you how to fill out the application so you guys get the best rates on these insurance coverages. Okay, I'll show you how to keep maintenance costs at a minimum, a very minimum, as well as keep the depreciation high on Slingshots. How to add value to Slingshots so you can increase your bottom line. Okay, because the number one goal for this digital course is you to smash your competition. I'll show you how to use other people, my exact strategy. I break it down step by step, how to find these people, where these people are, to make them an offer for them to let you borrow the Slingshot. I've used this and duplicated it so many times, and it works. I give you guys the actual script I use when I reach out to these people. Okay, I'll show you guys how to lease Slingshots and return them when the season's over. Okay, how to actually lease Slingshots from the dealer. Now, this program in specifically isn't going to be available for everyone, right? That's why I really don't advertise it. It's only available in certain markets, and if you're part of that market where it's available, you guys have the opportunity to do that, which is a great opportunity. I never took that opportunity. I know some friends of mine who actually did, and it worked out really well for them. Okay, and like I said, it's not available for everyone, so I just want you guys to know that. Okay, I'll show you guys how to actually finance multiple units. All right, whether using business credit, using personal credit, I'm gonna show you guys how to finance multiple units from banks that actually lend to Slingshot rental operators. Right, there's only one special bank that I know of through my whole search and over a year and a half of figuring out financing. A bank that actually lends to Slingshot operators. They're okay with it. They like it, and they have real favorable terms. Okay. Now, rental agreements are very, very important. I actually share you my exact rental agreements that I use in my program with my business that will pretty much cover you from everything, right? You guys don't want to make sure you don't have a huge liability on your hands, right? Because it can go wrong, right? With the wrong rental agreement, you can get sued. And I don't want you guys to have to go through that. I see all the time people go on Rocket Lawyer and make a rental agreement. Listen, that doesn't stand up in court. Don't do that, okay? I'm gonna give you guys the exact same rental agreements I use. That have been verified by my lawyers and my insurance company to draft it, and they work. Okay, I haven't had any issues ever. Okay, I'm giving you guys my checkout forms, right, as well as my training videos, right. So you have to train customers how to actually take care of your units when they come rent them, right. I'll show you guys how to vet customers. All right, everyone isn't allowed to rent from USA Slingshot Rental or Slingshot Rental Atlanta. Show you guys how to actually vet these customers. So you make sure the right people are renting your units to ensure that your units stay on the road. Okay. The proper checkout forms, how to actually check off everything on the checkout forms. Some of you guys have been on Turo. It's really not extensive as Turo is. You only got to take 50 to 100 pictures or anything like that to make sure the insurance company knows what you're doing. So if anything happens, you guys make sure you guys get paid. Okay. Depreciation. And mind you, I've never lost a claim. Okay, never. No one has ever been in my network has ever lost a claim using the system. Okay. Now I'm also giving you my test marketing strategy. Okay, and that test marketing strategy is how I was able to make $15,000 in my first week starting this business with one Slingshot. Okay, and some of you guys have seen my videos before. Eventually, I bumped up and ended up getting 4 Slingshots that month. Akeem, how much Slingshots do you have now? Good question. Now I personally have 13, 10 or 13. Some of them get wrecked, and I buy a new one. I can't keep track. Some of them I haven't seen in a while because people they just stay gone. I think it's 13. I think I personally have 13. Like I said, I use other people, and they have their Slingshots too. So altogether, I keep a few units, but I have 10 to 13 I've actually purchased. What is Slingshot Rhythm Blueprint all about? All right, well, it's a step-by-step system to put you on a roadmap for success, right? That's what I do. I guarantee you, if you follow this blueprint, I've done it so many times, I guarantee you, you will be successful if you follow this blueprint. All right, now, what's in it? You also get my strategy guide, right? Watch you guys, I give you all guys all the full underwriting criteria when it comes to the banks, how to maintain your fleet. And who does this work for? Well, this works for any entrepreneur looking to create an extra source of income, right? If you're looking to create an extra source of income, this is for you, right? If you're looking to come up with some fast capital, right? You just need a cash flow really heavy. This business works for you, right? If you're a Turo hearse and you're trying to diversify your portfolio of cars, this works for you, okay? At-home moms, great, right? If you're at home and you're looking for a way to make some money on the side, this works for you, right? And if you're already a car dealer, you already deal with cars, right? And add a Slingshot that you can rent to your fleet. I guarantee you, you will not regret it, okay? There's no other car in the market that can do this for you. I know the type of business that could give you these type of returns in such a risk-free way, okay? And it's really easy. If you guys follow this blueprint, it's really, really easy. And I guarantee you, follow this play step by step, you have your Slingshot Rental business running in 30 days, all right? And if it's cold outside right now, if you get started now, you'll have this Slingshot Rental business still running in 30 days, right? So what I mean by that is you guys could start taking pre-bookings, and I'll show you guys my pre-booking strategy, what I did, and I boosted a lot of hype around my business before I actually got the Slingshot. And like I said, I made $15,000 my first week, right? And you guys can do the same thing. I've done it so many times. Trust me, I've done it so many times. All right, so with these strategies, you'll also be able to have my personal Voxer line, right? I've been really thinking about changing this actually, because I usually give my phone number out. I have a limit on how many courses I'm going to sell because I don't want to completely oversaturate the market, right? So I'm only going to sell 200 courses. That's it. Once I get to 200, I'm done for the rest of the year. I'm not going to sell anymore. I'm going to give everyone their chance. And I only release 10 of these every single month. Right? I only to bring on 10 operators a month. Once I bring on those 10 operators, the calendar is full. I don't bring anyone else on because I don't want to oversaturate the market. I like if you're a student, you come in, say you live in Chicago. Chicago's a pretty big place. I might allow 2 people to be in Chicago to actually learn from me. I don't want to put 20 people, sign up 20 people in your backyard, right? That's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to just really scale this thing down so I can have give you my undivided attention and support. So I'm really thinking about putting my phone number on there. If you guys have my personal Voxer line, you can reach me at any time. 2 o'clock in the morning. If I'm up, I'll get back to you and help you out any questions that you have, right? So you get unlimited support from me. Really, it's 60 days, but I put 60 days on here, but it's really unlimited, right? I don't keep track of everyone and when they purchase the course and when they take this information, when they get started. I don't keep track of all that stuff, okay? Just, if you got any questions, you can call me, right? Because my job is to make sure you're successful with this, okay? You get access to my private Meta and Facebook group where you can network with other top Slingshot CEOs, right? I have other Slingshot rental operators who have even been doing this business longer than me, who I actually got some of these strategies from, right? And these guys are in the group. They're active in the group. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to them. A lot of times they're great for networking, right? So you guys want to send some of your units down to South Beach. I got guys in there from South Beach. They'll love to take your units, right? And rent them out during your off season, right? So the private Facebook is really, really good. It's really, really great. And there's not a lot of Slingshot rental operators. And I created this group so everyone can network, everyone can use their resources, and everyone can enjoy what they do and with other people that do it too, that understand them, right? You get unlimited website technical support just a phone call away, right? The system I use has full support, right? You guys have any hiccups at all? And the whole year and a half I've been running this business, I really haven't had a hiccup at all. I call them for things I need them to do, but yeah, it's not really a problem. I never have to call them, but if you have to call them, they'll really answer your phone, and they're really, really good. And I love them. I recommend them, and I love them. All right, that's it. Okay, you guys, with the system, you get your website, you get the booking calendar, you get the customer relations manager, you guys get the payment process, you guys get literally everything you need, and it's done for you. It's done for you. You guys don't have to do a thing. All right, just pick up the phone, give them a call, tell them, hey, I'm with Akeem. I need to set it up. They're gonna ask you location. You tell them to set up your location. They're gonna ask you for a logo. Give them your logo, and they do completely everything. Everything. You guys don't have to do anything. You guys don't have any technical skills. Like I said, I'm not a technical person. You guys can have them set up everything for you. Okay. Now, like I said before, with this platform, you can use all your existing vehicles from one channel. If you're using Turo, you're using this other stuff, you can use all that stuff, completely ditch those, and bring them all over to your platform where you don't have to pay any commissions to anyone. Okay. And I really want you guys to take advantage of that. All right. And you guys are going to be able to create a business that you can profitably sell when it's time to move on to bigger investments in the future. Okay. You cannot sell a Turo business. Okay. But you can sell your business. Okay. I'm gonna make sure you guys know that. So this saves you time and money and so much other things, right? And most importantly, it eliminates the risk involved with starting a new business. I want you guys to know that it eliminates all the risk involved when it comes to starting a new business. And I wish I had someone doing this when I started, because I would have made even more money. Because if I would have known this stuff when I initially started, I just would have jump started my path, and I wouldn't have to go through so much hiccups and learning all this stuff and going through all this stuff, and I would have been able to hit the ground running, and I would put a lot more profit in my pocket. So I created this program because I know there's no one teaching it, and no one's actually doing it like I'm doing it, and I just want to share it with you so you guys get it, and you guys don't have to take that risk of doing it on your own, right? You have someone here for you all the time that's going to support you, and it's going to make sure you're successful, okay? And most importantly, I know tech is a hard thing for a lot of people. You always outsource all this stuff, get somebody else to do this stuff. You guys don't want to do that, right? You guys don't want to have a whole bunch of moving pieces in your business. You guys want one system, one operator. Everything works under the same umbrella, so it's easy to use. You guys don't have any hiccups, okay? I've done that too. I've tried different systems. I had one guy do this, one guy do that, one guy do this, one guy do that. When something goes wrong, I call this person, this person. You guys, listen. You guys don't want to have to deal with those hiccups and headaches when you got a line of 10 people waiting to pick up a Slingshot and you can't rent nothing because you got a system crash. And you got to call these different people to get something fixed, okay? Do not make that mistake, okay? Now, you might be thinking, Akeem, I'm not a computer person. Me neither. I'm not. You don't have to be. All right, it's over 30 reps on customer service that are professionals at your fingertips to solve any problems that you have, okay? It's how bulletproof this system is. The system is literally bulletproof. And if anyone knows me, I've been in business so long. So many people know me. If it wasn't the greatest, I wouldn't tell you it's the greatest. It's absolutely the greatest, okay? All right, so what do you guys get? You guys get 6 days support from me. Get access to the Slingshot and the Blueprint Masterclass. You guys get access to the private and public Facebook groups, right? I use private and public. Complete booking portal, customer relations, back-end office, payment processor. And I see so many times people create a website and they think it's just easy, and next thing you know, they get chargebacks crazy. This is what no one wants to say. How many chargebacks they got this month? I'm gonna show you guys how to create the system so bulletproof. You guys aren't gonna have to worry about chargebacks. All right. Number one problem with this business is chargebacks. Even enterprise has the same problem. All right. People book online, they never see the credit card, and you guys have to deal with chargebacks. Someone wrecks your unit and you charge the card $1,000 for the deposit. Next thing you know, they charge it back and you're out of $1,300 unit, $1,300 rental because someone charged the card back. I'm gonna show you guys how to completely eliminate chargebacks. All right, just want to put that out there. Normally, this digital download, it would be the support I use that are available to my franchisees for $25,000. I didn't want to charge people $25,000, and I didn't want to have to deal with actually flying out to everyone to teach them this stuff, because before it was never a download. I had to actually go out there and tell them all this stuff and spend days with them to make sure they got it. So the fact that I don't have to do that, you guys get a $25,000 value. I put everything in this course that they know, that they've learned from, that I use. The private Facebook group, normally this private Facebook group probably costs you about $250. I never actually just sold the Facebook group, but if it'd be worth around, it's actually worth a lot. You guys can make a lot of money off this Facebook group. I've made a lot of money just from the Facebook group. So I don't know how much that would be worth, but if I had to charge you for that, I would. But like I said, I've made a lot of mistakes in this business to get to where I am. That's why I'm offering the system to you, for you, so it save you time and save you money, and you guys can get started immediately. All right. This is only the complete turnkey solution from a company to has generated over $250,000 in revenue in 6 months. Okay. Now I've actually done more than that. What I showed you is just my just my gross from my actual location. Right. My network probably almost double that. Right. But I don't want to mislead you into thinking, hey, you're just gonna make $500,000 in 6 months starting this business. Uh, some of you can make more than that. Some of you are not gonna start there. So I don't want to just mislead you and tell you, hey, this 7-figure business in 6 months. It doesn't work like that. But if you guys follow this blueprint, you guys are gonna know exactly how to. Okay, just want to make that disclaimer. Now, you might believe this is a waste of money for you. I'm so confident that you can open this business in 30 days and you're gonna be successful if you follow step-by-step blueprint, right? And this is my guarantee to you, right? My goal is for you to make money. That's my sole goal in this whole thing is for you to make money, you be successful. Okay? I feel like if I can't make you money, I don't deserve yours. Did you hear me clear on that? If I can't make you money, I don't deserve yours, right? If you say, hey, Keem, this ain't working for me, this ain't what I thought it was, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be, I'll give you your money back. All right. I have too big of a reputation and I do business with integrity. Okay. I don't want to feel like I ever got gypped. I would never feel, I want anyone, even if you didn't get gypped, even if you just change your mind, say, hey, it's the 29th day, 24th hour, 23rd hour, and 59 minutes left. You say, Keem, this ain't for me. I want my money back. I will give you your money back. Trust me, you can have it. Okay. Just believe me on that. To this day, I've never had to give anyone their money back. Right. So just alone, the value with the digital course is $25,000. Facebook group, I don't know what the value on that is, right? But with the Done With You blueprint, right? I tell you one thing, right? If I had to fly out to you, that'd be $25,000 alone, okay, for me to teach you. The fact that you can call me whenever you want and I give you unlimited support, honestly, it's a lot of my time. That's why I only take on 10 students a month to give you guys my individual time. That alone is worth $5,000, okay, for what I'm going to give you. Now, I went through countless hours and months to perfect this roadmap to make sure you see huge amounts of success. All right. Now, and the main thing I want you guys to understand is you have to start now. Right. You guys don't want to start in the middle of the season when it's rocking and you guys are going to start off having a hard time. Right. That's when everything is backed up. Everyone's booming. Dealers are completely out of stock. So you guys want to make sure you get on this immediately. You guys don't want to wait for this. Don't wait until the last minute. The shortage on slingshots and get in the prime season, and it's going to cost you money to wait. That's the main thing here. It's going to cost you money to wait. And if someone in your area gets on this before you do, right? I'm really good with marketing, right? I can get this to who I need to get it to, right? If someone starts this business before you do, you're going to be playing catch up if you're allowed to join the program. Now, if someone does it right by you, I'm sorry, I can't. I probably, if you're in a smaller area, I probably won't sell you the course. So what do you get in this program, right? You get the digital download worth $25,000. I actually throw in as a bonus, and I told you guys I have a big, huge surprise for you if you stay to the end, right? I'm gonna actually throw in my network secrets masterclass, right? My network secrets masterclass is exactly the same scripts I use, how I actually network this business, right? And how I get so many people to join my network, and I have the largest Slingshot rental network. I'm gonna show you guys the exact same strategy. Okay, I'm not a hater. All right, you guys outshine me. That's what you're supposed to do because I'm actually teaching you. I want you guys to hit the ground running, hit the ground doing great. That masterclass alone is $2,500, and that's all the business I've ever created, and networking and things I've learned. I put that all into this one masterclass to give you guys. So you guys, just want to guarantee you guys success, right? So I'm giving everything I have to make sure you guys are really successful at this. Now, you also get my top 10 traffic hacks. Okay. That's a bonus training I'm gonna actually give you and it's the top search engines and platforms and different things that I use to make sure my slingshots are rented every single day. Okay, and you guys are gonna make a ton of money. I was gonna sell this as a separate package, but like I said, I want to guarantee your success. I want to make sure you're good to go. I want to make sure you have everything you need. And I'm going to actually throw this in there completely free, right? Just that masterclass alone is $1,500 for that training alone. Okay, I'm going to give that to you. Okay, guys, get 60-day support from me. Is what it says here on the screen, but I don't keep track. Okay, you guys have any issues? I love talking to you guys. I love it. I love you, especially when you guys are successful. I love hearing it. I love talking about it. I love telling people about it, and I just root for you. I root for you. I root for you. That's why I put out this course. That's why I want you guys. I don't keep track of when you guys purchase. I don't have time to keep track. I don't block numbers or anything. Say, hey, they purchased 6 days ago. Block. I don't do that. Right. That's not how I do business. Right. And I give you guys lifetime access to the actual Slingshot Blueprint Masterclass. You guys get website, booking portal. It's all done for you. If you had to pay a tech developer to do all this stuff on your own and had to send them all these images, do all this stuff, and write all the copy, for one, it's going to take you guys weeks to do this, all right, if not months, because it takes a long time to actually develop this stuff. If you guys had to actually do this on your own, it probably cost you at least $10,000 to set up all this stuff the right way. I'm going to do all that for you. When you sign up, you're going to know exactly where to go, get things done, and it doesn't going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost you 1 cent. Now, with this, I actually have another bonus for you. I'm not done, right? I'm going to throw in my search engine optimization hacks, where I show you how to properly hack the search engine on Google and other platforms, right, to actually rank #1, so you guys get seen in front of customers looking to rent your units before anyone else. Like I said, I want you guys to dominate. I want you guys to beat your competition up, and I want you to beat them up bad, right? That's the point. I created this masterclass, and if anyone gets this, I'm telling you, you're going to be #1, right? You're going to be #1. All right? So you guys get my search engine optimization hacks with this that allows you to get ahead of the market and allow customers to easily find you online. And a lot of you may be thinking, hey, Akeem, this is too good to be true. I'm telling you right now. I have a lot of huge deals going on. I do a lot of major deals with people. I just actually hooked up with a luxury exotic car brand where they're basically paying me commission to use the same strategy I'm giving you to put them on my platform. And I get paid a commission to make sure their exotic cars and Lamborghinis and stuff get rented, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you a little secret. I get probably about 20% of that. So Lamborghini rents for $2,000, like $400 every time Lamborghini gets rented. You guys can do the same exact thing. I'm gonna give you the exact same knowledge that I have. Guys could be hooking up with exotic car spots and whatever, jet ski spots, whatever, on a regular basis, and creating your network and really growing this thing and mooning this thing out the water, right? So you might be thinking it's too good to be true, and I'm here to tell you I have a huge reputation. I can't afford anyone to go online, bash my name, bash my reputation, and say anything negative about me. People are going to see that. I can't afford for that. So if you guys aren't 100% satisfied, I guarantee you I'll be the first one, no questions asked, give you your money back, right? And a lot of people in courses and course creators, they don't offer that, right? I have to offer that because I have a huge reputation. I do my business with integrity, and I'm not a hard person to find anyway. I don't want anybody run up on me at the gas station telling me I owe money. Okay, I don't want any smoke with anybody. Okay, I'm guarantee you I'll give you money back. So, if all this did was help you 10x the existing business that you already have, what would that be worth to you? If I call it the 6-figure slingshot window business, you can really do 6 figures a month with this business. But like I said, I don't want to just over promise and under deliver with you. So I'm telling you what this is. Okay, this is a 6-figure slingshot window blueprint. And if this can only make you 6 figures this in 6 months, what would that be worth to you? If I had to add all this stuff up, you would have a total around $28,000. If I added everything up, maybe a little bit more than that, right? Now, I had 2 choices. One of my choices was to make this thing cheap so everyone could afford it, right? The problem with that is everyone would probably buy it. The problem with that is I wouldn't have enough resources to actually be able to spend one-on-one with you, whether it's over the phone, whether it's with a Zoom. I wouldn't be able to do that if I sold it cheap. I wouldn't have the resources. I couldn't afford to pay people to do things while I'm helping you. I wouldn't be able to do that. So I decided my other choice was to make it valuable, okay? And I put so much in here. I give you guys so much support. I make sure you guys are going to be successful. So on your end, it's going to cost a little bit higher of an investment. Okay, it's going to cost a little bit higher investment. That way I can spend extra money on my team and people helping me around the clock to make sure I have the time and energy and effort and incentive to actually spend the time with you to make sure you get this thing off the ground, you get this thing launched. Okay? You guys understand that. So, what would it be worth if I can create you a passive income strategy that will allow you to scale predictably and profitably, right? Without you risking any major investment. What would that be worth to you? Okay. Now, the regular price for this is $10,000. Okay. I'm not going to charge you $10,000. All right. I told you guys if you stay to the end, I have a special huge surprise for you. In fact, I'm going to give you a special discount today. Holidays coming up. I want you guys to really tune in on your business, right? And tune in on making money. So, as a special gift to you, I'm not even going to charge you $5,000. In fact, I'm not even going to charge you $2,500. You get this special offer today for $1,997. Yep, that's it. $1,997. All right, now you have two choices. You can stay where you are, or you can take action and you can make a change. And I want you guys to know I'm here with you every step of the way. Okay? Have any hiccups, you can contact me. I'm one Voxer. Some of you don't have Voxer, but you can just click the walkie-talkie on the phone. Hey, Akeem, can you help me with this, that? I'll get right back to you. Guys, I have no risk here, right? And you guys have a huge reward. Now, is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Even if it only does half of what I claim today. This program will pay for itself in as soon as 30 days. I guarantee that. And as a bonus, oh my, you guys are gonna be mad at me. I gave you so much, but I'm gonna actually throw in my pre-marketing strategy to show you guys how I actually generate that $15,000 in my first week. I created the perfect launch strategy, and now it's finally available to you. You guys get my personal Voxer line. You guys get the digital download. That's all the good stuff. And then you come across the problem, you guys walkie-talkie me, hit me at any time, and you guys get that all for $1,997. All right, so what you're gonna get the digital download at $10,000 value. Ongoing support from me, a $5,000 value. Gonna get the Network Secrets Masterclass, which is a $2,500 value. You guys get the top 10 traffic seekers training, right? To fill up your calendars with your dream customers. That's normally $1,500. You guys are gonna get that included. You guys are gonna get it done for you back end office manager and completely included in the program. You guys don't have to set anything up. All you guys have to do is make a phone call. That alone is $2,500. You guys get my search engine optimization hacks, right? That's another $1,200 value. Plus my pre-marketing strategy, which normally is $1,000 by itself. You guys get all this, if I add all this stuff up, it come out to $24,987. You guys get that today for only $1,997. All right. If you get started right now. If you get started right now. If you wait, I don't want someone to come in your area, see this webinar, decide to take action, and beat you to it. All right. And then you come later, Akeem, can I get it now? And I have to tell you no. I don't want that to happen to you. Okay? I don't want you guys to hesitate and say, hey, right now is not the right time. When you guys can make this investment now, get started working on this business. So when the season comes around, you guys are ready to rock and roll. Right? I don't want you guys to miss a huge launch. Okay? You guys can have a really huge launch. You guys are going to want to have that really huge launch. Right? The worst thing you want to do is create a business, open a business, spend all this money, spend all this time, open a business, and you don't have any customers when you open the door. All right? You guys don't want to do that. Another problem I see, people only want to use their family or friends to get business. That's the worst business strategy ever, right? Your customers should be total strangers, right? If you guys already have a network, that's completely good. That's completely fine. That's completely awesome. But that's not what you want to base your customer base off of, right? I see so many times people get started in Slingshot rental business, even an exotic car rental business, because they have friends and family that are entertainers and stuff like that, and they expect these people that they know just to support their business nonstop. And the bad reality is it doesn't always work like that. So I want to make sure you guys know food and shelter is essential. Disposable income gives you the opportunity to eat what you want and the power to choose where you live. Okay? I want you guys to have the options, and I want you guys to break those bad habits, break old habits, right? Sometimes you guys are afraid to take that leap of faith. I'm here. If I could be with you right now, right, and I could stand beside you and say, I'm gonna make sure you're good, right? This is my name I put on this. Okay, this is just another business that I have no um, relationship with. This is my name. This is my reputation I put on the line, and I take that very seriously, right? I want you guys to know I'm here with you 100%. Right? Integrity is a big thing about me, and it's a big thing about my business, and I make sure my name is good, right? That's one thing my mother taught me. So I take that same accountability when it comes to showing anyone something that can possibly be a huge business opportunity for them. Like I said, you're only one business away from where you want to be. You're only one business away. And if you had to ask me, the easiest way to make money, make huge chunks of money without any risk, well, the lowest risk is risk with everything, right? But the lowest risk possible, I would have to tell you, honestly, it's Slingshot with no business. Okay? You guys have to understand you cannot get rich off of information alone, right? You have to take action with it, right? You have to know what to do, and I want you guys to really take action with this, all right? And I want you guys to make money, and I want you to stop making excuses, right? So you guys can go ahead and click the link below now. You guys go ahead and purchase this, right? And I want you guys to take action on this. I'm telling you, this is gonna do something for you, right? It's gonna be life changing. You guys are gonna get so much experience with this. You guys can be able to scale this thing, map this thing out. You guys are gonna be able to do some real amazing things if you start this right now. So you have two choices, right? You have two choices. You can stay where you are. You can not take action, or you can put it off till later, and you can allow someone else to take your opportunity. All right. I want you guys to really take action. I want you guys to do this. All right. We're in this together, right? We're in this together. Trust me. I'm with you every step of the way. We're in this thing together, and I know that you guys do this. You guys can be really, really successful. Okay. Now, we're getting to the end of this presentation, and I'm telling you, it's now or never, right? If you do this now, you won't regret it, right? You guys won't regret it. Don't miss the opportunity. That's the biggest thing. Don't miss the opportunity. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I want you guys to know I will see you on the other side, right? And when you go in here, when you purchase, you guys are gonna get the digital download right in your email, right? It's gonna go right in your email address. You guys are gonna be able to download. You guys are gonna have to set up your login information, email, password. I think it may ask you for a username. All right, it may ask you for a username. You guys can have unlimited access to that. You guys want to favorite that, right? You guys are gonna want to favorite that so you guys can easily find it. Okay, make sure you do that because I don't want you to look at this and get lost in your email somewhere. All right, Akeem, how long is the course? Course is about 3.5 hours long. All right, you guys can literally knock it out in a day. Real easy. You guys are gonna get all the contact info to reach out to everyone you need to reach out to get this thing done. Usually around the fall, winter, they're not really as busy, right? So it's easy to get it done, and they could have you up and running within 30 days, right? Sometimes less than that. You really get started in 2 weeks, right? Just depends how busy they are. Usually on the down season, they're not really that busy, so that's why I suggest you to get started now because when the summer months do come along, they can be backed up 2-3 months because everyone's trying to get started then. And I actually had that problem last year, this year, this summer. People were trying to get started and they were backed up. A lot of people had to wait. So make sure you get started now so you guys don't have to wait. Reach out to them, get everything set up. Only thing I have to do is go buy your domain name. That's it. All right. And make sure you watch the course before you do that. Make sure you watch the course before you do anything, right? Just don't start calling people as soon as you get to that portion of the course. Make sure you complete the whole course because there's some stuff in there that you're going to need to make sure you're paying attention to. All right, so it helps you move forward, and so you know everything you need to do exactly how to do all that stuff, right? Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. You guys stayed to the end. You guys, I could tell you guys really, really want to make a change. You guys stay to the end of the presentation. And I know I talk really fast sometimes, and it's a lot to really hear, and I know you guys feel like it's just a water hose going over your ears, but you guys stay tuned in, so you guys got it. Been working on my speaking skills. I've been working on it. Right, the more I do this, the better I get. Honestly, when I started a while ago, I was just rambling. It seemed like I was rambling. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, uh, you guys get started, man. Get started. I'm telling you, stop making excuses. You guys are gonna. If you failed in the past, you've done tried trainings in the past. I'm telling you, right? This is a complete system. This is step by step. I'm not really a real technical guy like that, right? I'm not. I make everything easy. ABC 1 2 3, and you guys get this thing going. So just go ahead and click the link below. Don't be afraid. Click the link below. Get started. You guys are gonna want to do this. You guys are gonna make this change. Like I said, you guys have any issues, you guys are gonna have my personal Vox line. I might even throw my phone number in there in case some of you don't have Voxer. I might throw my phone number in there. Akeem, do you have an email address? Yeah, my email address actually, when you purchase the course, my email address is in there. But you guys don't have to email me. If you like emailing, I mean, that's perfectly fine. But you guys don't have to email me. Just send me a quick box or send me a quick text on there. You guys get in touch with me. I'm not hard to get in touch with. I'm actually a business owner, right? I don't really have to go and clock in anywhere, right? So just a little bit about my life. I don't clock in anywhere. Sometimes I don't wake up till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes 'cause I'm stayed up all night talking to China, doing something else, or working, right? So I want you guys to know you can reach me anytime. You guys 3 in the morning trying to figure something out. Send me a message. I might be up. All right, you wake up at 7 in the morning. You early birds. Not no guarantees. I might be up at 7 in the morning, but as soon as I see it, I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm really a night owl. So yeah, I'm excited for you. I can tell you guys are excited. You guys really want to do this, so I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. You guys are gonna kill it. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. My first, how much did how much slingshots did you have to do 279,000? 13, 13, and you got to put in perspective here. I lost some units this year through total losses. Got wrecked, got crashed, and I replenished them. Some I didn't. So that average number was about 10 units. Because sometimes it went up, sometimes it went down. When supply shortages happened, I couldn't get my hands on enough units. That number went down sometimes. So it averages. Those 10 units were about. I mean, those averages. It was about 10 units. To do that. 280 grand. I did at Slingshot Venue Atlanta. Yeah, that's the thing, and that's my thing with slingshots versus cars. I mean, I've seen guys, they go buy 50 cars to put on Turo. They go buy 20 cars to put on Turo, right? Half a million, $1 million in debt. Guys don't have to do that with the slingshot. That's the craziest thing about it. You guys can literally 10 units can literally make you 250, 300,000 every single 6 months, right? You guys can do that with slingshot. You can't do that with any other business. That's why I keep stressing this. This is just awesome. It's just completely awesome. And I love it. And me and Turo guys. I got friends that are on Turo, right? Me and Turo guys, they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I drill them. I drill them each and every time because they don't understand the amount of money. And I show them the numbers. I don't know what's wrong with them. Some of them take action. Some of them do. Talk to them, but they're hard headed, man. And it's just about ownership. That's what it really is all boils down to with me. It's about owning everything that you do and controlling it, right? Even if you don't own it, you need to have the power to control it, right? Because a lot of guys get started in this business. You can literally never buy a slingshot. You can never buy a slingshot. You guys know how to do the business. You guys can literally set the business up, get other people to get on your platform, and just make money from them. Honestly, you guys can just sit back, chill out, make money from them, right? And applies to party buses. It applies to sprinter vans. It applies to trucks, box trucks. It applies to so much. You gotta understand. You get this skill. You learn what I'm teaching you. Learn the system. You can apply this system to so many different things. right? Because I'm not just teaching you about the Slingshot rental business, right? I'm teaching you guys how to grow an actual franchise network. And in doing that, it's just gonna just help your business career in itself, right? It's gonna help your knowledge in business alone. I guarantee you, no matter what experience level you are with business, if you're already a serial entrepreneur, if you're just starting, you're gonna learn so much from this because I don't only take it from the Slingshot rental business. I've taken it stuff from 10 years of business experience in different fields, right? And I put this stuff all into one program. And I've never done this before. I've never given so much information. And it's when I go back and look at the course, sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. I still get tricked and be like, yo, I forgot I even know how to do that sometimes. Like I put so much in there. Like I said, it took me over a year to put this course together. A lot of that year I was fighting my business partner because he didn't want me to launch it to anyone because it was so he just knew if they get this, it's he didn't want to create competition, right? That's the number one thing. He's like, King, why would you tell people how to do this like this? And all they're gonna do is come here in Atlanta in our backyard and they're gonna take over our business, right? That's what our process was. So I told him, I said, look, we've been doing it, we've been successful. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If these people grow, if these people are better, we can always help each other, right? Like it's how it's supposed to work. We can help each other. If I help someone create a successful business, if I say, hey, we can network together, right? That grows everything, right? There's enough money out here for everyone to eat. It's enough money for everyone to make money. So I'm like that, right? I just like to share. That's how I am. So after real deliberation, then we did the franchise, and he understood how much work the actually franchise take to actually sit down and go to these locations and map everything out and spend days out there in some place that you're not familiar with, and it really takes a lot out of you, and it really goes back to the reason we started this thing in the first place, and reason we started this thing in the first place was to make money without sacrificing huge amounts of time, right? That was the reason for even being an entrepreneur, right? And it takes it back to that. So yeah, some of you guys not gonna have to purchase Slingshot. You guys can literally create this business, and it can be easily duplicated. You can easily duplicate it, right? So that's enough. I gotta go. Listen, you guys got about another minute here to take action. Okay, take action, take action, take action. And I want you guys to do this. You guys are gonna be successful. I want you guys to trust yourselves. Okay, trust yourselves that you're making the right decision here. Trust me second. Trust God first. Right. So let me rephrase that. I want you to trust God first. Trust yourself second. Trust me third. Okay. So you guys get it? Got it? Okay. Good. Let's go. I'll see you guys on the other side.